Hi everybody, hope you're doing very well. Which road are you on currently? For instance, are you on this road? Are you on that road? I don't know what road I'm on. I actually think I'm on this one. Be absolutely honest with you. I think I'm still on the broad and spacious road to destruction, and I should really be on this one. But, God really said that not many people find it. Why did he say that? Why did he say not many people find it? Is that simply because people just won't put the effort in? They're not interested in putting that kind of effort in to find this road? Does it take a lot of insight, a lot of supplication? Do you have to have a strong relationship with God to find yourself on this narrow road? And if you don't put that kind of effort in, you're likely to be on this one. And really, this is like the majority of the world, isn't it? Most of them are on the broad and spacious road to destruction. And the end result of being on this road, it's not good. It don't look good, does it? The end result. They look like they're really hurting there. That looks intensely hot. I don't know whether this is an adaptation of what hell's supposed to be, but obviously my opinion of hell is just the grave. But if this is man's opinion of, getting on the wrong road, it's quite harrowing. It's not a great picture, is it? And it's not what we want, because we want to be here. But how do we get there? And how do you stay on it? Because let's face it, some were on that narrow road, weren't they? Ask yourself, was you on that narrow road? Did you feel like at one point you was on the narrow road and that your direction, you was going up that way, and then just over there may have been paradise, salvation and everlasting life. Were you on that road? Can you say in your heart of hearts, at one time, yeah, I think I was on the road to life, but I'm not there now. So why are we not on this road to life? Did we just get to a point and think, oh, you know what? I'm going to forge a new path. I'm going to make a new path. Because this current path that the small majority are on, it doesn't suit me. I've got some questions and they're not answering these questions. So can I deviate, from here, this way here, and start heading out that way there, and see where that takes me? I really don't know, but I'll try it anyway. I'll follow my own path. Well, unfortunately, that thinking is apostasy. That's what apostasy is. You've deviated. We've deviated. So a good question now to ask yourself is, are 8 million Jehovah's Witnesses on the narrow road to life? Should they stay on that pathway, will the end result be that they'll find themselves in paradise and be rewarded with everlasting life? But we need to consider a few things. Right? We need to consider this scripture. Obviously, you know what the scripture is. Let's read it together. And I'm sure you've read this so many times before, so you can put up with me reading it for you. Enter through the narrow gate, for wide is the gate and broad is the road that leads to destruction, and many enter through it. And in verse 14, but small is the gate and narrow the road that leads to life, and only a few find it. So, the minority, the lesser amount of people, are the ones that find the narrow road. It's not a large group, it's the lesser group, the minority. This is interesting. So of 8 million Jehovah's Witnesses found the narrow road to life, let's just say they're not on that narrow road like a lot of you seem to think. Let's just say they're not on that road. Then they must be on, come on, they must be on this road. If they're not on this road, then they must be on this road. Makes sense, doesn't it? There's only two choices. There's only two roads. So if you're right and you say, no, the Jehovah's Witnesses, they're not on the narrow road to life, then this is the road they're on to destruction. Well, I don't share that opinion, but I'm going to go along with it just for the time being. So if they are on this road to destruction, then they won't be alone. They just won't be alone. Because this is the road that has the majority of mankind on. And that's where it doesn't make sense to me. And that is why what makes sense to me is that the Jehovah's Witnesses are in fact on the narrow road. Because all their actions, the way they conduct themselves, and their loyalty, their blind obedience and all that, tells me that in single file, they are following one after the other, from the first to the last that is on this road. They're not acting independent as the apostate community are. The apostate community are doing their own thing. And that's why I believe that the apostates are on the road to destruction, and that their end result will be that. I don't see that as the end result for the Jehovah's Witness religion. I think you've underestimated them. Yes, they've made mistakes, but have 8 million Jehovah's Witnesses made serious mistakes? I mean, come on. Really? 8 million? All of them made serious mistakes? Enough to forfeit that? No, of course not. There's been a handful that have made mistakes. But then you'll come back with, well, Martin, the very leaders of that religion have made serious mistakes. Yes, and the Bible said that would happen. That even the elect, during the times of the end, even the elect will fall away. It is not a surprise to me that some of the elect have defaulted, either through immoral practices, heinous things that I absolutely condemn out of sight. I'm not being a moralist here, but I do have high standards, and I won't tolerate anything to do with children being abused. Very, very rock solid on that particular subject. So I won't tolerate it, and I wouldn't cover it up. And there was a lot of people like me that wouldn't do that. But you're talking about a whole group of people getting it wrong. And yet there are so many sincere ones. Some that are completely and utterly devoted to wanting to be a better person in life. Trying every day to be a better person. Obviously, there's people also that don't have religion. They're also are nice people and good human beings. So I'm trying to see both sides of things. I don't want to be too critical of everybody, but I am trying to establish whether, like a lot of you are saying, that the Jehovah's Witnesses are not on this road to life. Because I don't see any other group standing shoulder to shoulder with the Jehovah's Witnesses if they've got this destination wrong. And they would do. If they was on what the majority of mankind is on, they'd be surrounded by people, and they would have similar interests to what those that are on the road to destruction have. They'd all have similar interests, and that would be seeking selfish things and not trying to please God. And that is why my video today is a constant reminder that this is not as clear cut as you think. You're expecting to bring them down. I don't know what's occurring over the weekend, and whether it turns out to be what you want, I don't know. But if it doesn't, and you fail, then what? Will you go on and do something else? You're putting an awful lot of effort in here, but it's not all the 8 million people. Very interested now if some believe that the JWs can't be on that road. Explain why. Explain why you don't think that they've got this right. Why they're not on that road to life. Because then you'll come up with a sort of counter argument to say that they're on this road here. And then just tell me why. Just curious to see how many people are thinking like this lately. So I'll leave it there. Thank you very much.